guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a while since I've last posted, but you guys wanted to see why I chose Harvard over all the other schools I got in. It was mostly between Harvard and Stanford for me because I got into Stanford in December through the restrictive early action program. So up until April, I was pretty set on Stanford, and then I got to visit Harvard in the middle of April, and that's when I started considering going to Harvard over Stanford. So let's get right in the video. I have a little sheet that I want to go over, so organized. But yeah, let's get right into the video. The first factor was cost. So I didn't receive any financial aid from both Stanford, Harvard, or a lot of the other colleges I got into. So that really wasn't, I guess, a deciding factor as much because I was going to pay about the same for Harvard or Stanford. The thing that I really liked about Harvard is that the meal plan is included in the cost of attendance as it is for any other school, but this meal plan is unlimited for all the undergraduates, so you don't have to choose like a certain plan. Everything is included in the cost in terms of food, so I really like that you don't really have to worry about a meal plan. So the second factor was academics and career path. So since sophomore year, or for a long time, I've been wanting to go into the law field, hopefully advocate on like a representative level or something like that. I felt that for the things that I wanted to do, I plan on majoring in government and economics, and Harvard is one of the best in the country for those programs. It just was naturally a fit. But I guess when you're deciding between such big schools, you really can't lose. There's not really a wrong decision, but if I was doing computer science or something more in the STEM field, I would have definitely chose Stanford. Yeah, so my career path was a big motivating factor behind my decision in choosing Harvard. So the third factor was the campus of the schools, Stanford or Harvard. I visited Stanford back in December, and I really loved the campus. It was so full of so many trees, very sunny when I visited. The buildings were all very modern, contemporary, Spanish style. And there really wasn't anything that I found that I didn't really like. I think the only thing was that it's so big, which means that there's so many beautiful trees and buildings to look at, but so much to walk around. And I knew that if I did go there, it would be a lot of walking or biking. I know a lot of the students bike there, so that was one thing I kept in mind. And then when I visited Harvard in April, that was a completely different setting and environment, because you go from California, sunny beachy weather, and then Boston is kind of the complete opposite because it has 4 seasons, and the winters are really harsh. But when I went in April, I found that I liked it more because it was more tight-knit and everything was, I guess, closely situated around each other, all the buildings and the yard. And I guess Harvard is known for the Harvard yard, and that's where all the first years live, in the houses that surround the main yard. And I really like that it's a tight-knit community. That's one of the reasons why I did choose Harvard. That was one of the main reasons, the campus. I felt that it was just easier to walk around and it felt less overwhelming than what I found at Stanford. And then another thing about Harvard's campus, because it's so close together, especially the yard, there's a big housing culture. So I know that after your first year, you get placed into these houses, kind of like the Sorting Hat in Harry Potter, yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. So I like that there's a big housing culture, and I guess it just reinforces the sense of community in the campus, and that's one of the things that really drew me in. So I'm excited when I go to Harvard and I'm a sophomore, and just living in a smaller community and having some house spirit, I guess. So the fourth factor was family connections. I have a lot of family up in the north, so that was one of the things that kind of drew me into choosing Harvard, having so much close family, right next to me up in Boston. And I knew that if I ever needed anything, I could just easily, make a trip down to where they were. The fifth thing was location. So the thing with Stanford is that it's located in Palo Alto, and so it's a 40-minute drive or train ride from San Francisco, which is one of my favorite cities ever. But I know that when I visited Palo Alto, it's kind of like a small town, slow and easy paced town. And I've heard that a lot of students get stuck in what's called the Stanford bubble because it's not that close, or you have to take a train ride or a car ride to the other bigger cities. So a lot of students, I've heard, will like stay on campus a lot, or just, I guess there's not much to do in Palo Alto if you're a young kid. So that's one of the things that like kind of made me hesitate in choosing Stanford, because when I compare it to Boston, when I went, there were so many things to do, and I love being in a big city since I've lived in a small town all of my life. So it's gonna be a nice change of pace. And Harvard itself is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, but it's right next to Boston. And more to that, there's so many other colleges in Boston, so I'm really looking forward to, you know, making friends in Harvard, but like outside of Harvard, and just like, I guess it's just gonna be like one big college town, which made me feel more reassured about the social life. Because when I was applying to Harvard, or when I thought about Harvard before, like I felt like that it was going to be like such a competitive and like fast-paced and like kind of cutthroat environment where you didn't really have a lot of time to like chill and like relax and even have fun. But like talking to the people that go there and just even visiting the campus, like I could tell that it was completely the opposite, and I'm excited to see what Boston has to offer. The sixth factor was student organizations and activities. I don't know if I mentioned this before in the video, or earlier in the video, but Harvard is known for their Institute of Politics. Since I want to go into law and government, the fact that Harvard has a whole institution dedicated to exactly what I want to go into, that kind of made me feel like Harvard is a place where I can easily excel and have so many resources that can guide me while I pursue a career in law. And I know that Stanford also has, you know, the same quality and prestige of student orgs as well. So I don't think that was like a really big factor in my decision. The student orgs like that I want to get involved in are of course like law and politics, but I also want to get into mental health, and I know both schools have good resources for that. One of the things I'm very excited about is that at Harvard I know that they'll bring like therapy dogs like once or twice every week or a few weeks out of the semester. So I'm so excited to like have contact with pets, because I have a cat and a dog and I'm very emotionally attached to them. So moving away from them is going to be very hard. But the fact that they have therapy dogs makes me feel much better. And then the seventh factor, and I think it's the most important factor for anyone deciding where they should go for college, is personal fit. So I really did think I was going to Stanford when I visited the campus, and like for 4 months I thought I was set on Stanford. I had bought merch, I put it in my Instagram bio, and I told everyone. But as soon as I visited Harvard, it just like, it really clicked. Like I don't know how to explain it, and it might sound cliche, but it was literally like just an instinct feeling. Like I felt like it was home, or like I belonged there. Choose a college where you feel most home at, where you feel like you belong and the people will accept you. And yeah, for me that was Harvard. And that's it for the video, why I chose Harvard. I'm pretty excited. I'm very excited actually. I'm very excited to go to Boston and attend Harvard. I don't think it's gonna be like how it is in the movies, Legally Blonde, but I am so ready for what's gonna come my way. Yeah, I know it's gonna be up and down, but I'm really excited. So yeah, that's it for the video. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments. I really do want to try making like some other types of videos. I just haven't had a lot of time, so maybe my next video will be something that's not college related, but college related or not, just let me know what you want to see in the next video. Yeah, bye, thanks for watching.